Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Anupam Tiwari. So it will be a full stack MERN build. Okay, so I'll not confuse you guys with like all the brief explanation of everything. I'll try to keep this video as simple as possible, and I'll be focusing on more on debugging part for you guys so that you can just better understand what is full stack web development is and what are the challenges you might get and how can you debug the code and everything. So yeah, so let us start. So we have basically the complete like project, which will be divided into two parts, basically a client and a server. Okay, so initially we'll be trying to build a server. So I have a folder called as MERN. Okay, so we'll be creating a folder called as server. Running. I'll create participants. Like I don't need participants to. Alright, so we have a folder created, and then we'll be going to terminal and we'll be initializing the basic package.json file. First you have to do is cd server and then npm init. It's nothing but node package manager and initialize. No. Sorry, name can contain URL friendly characters. Oh, it's actually asking the server name. Sorry. Yeah, I thought that was a bug. Okay, so the version 1, and we can keep it like server. Then in entry point index.js. So index.js will be a basic main file where we'll be creating server, and then you'll be learning what is route is, what are models, like how to create a Mongoose database, and everything will be going to the depth. So let's start it. Nothing author is done. Yeah, so we have a package.json file over here. So initial file, which you can see, so basically a JSON file which we get, and then we need to create a index.js. Right, so we have index.js, and right now I'll be like showing you guys like how can you do what is start your basic server. Okay, so we need to do what is like express. Just write npm I express or okay. Yeah, so we need to install this npm I express. Installing express, and right now if you can see the browser, you can see the basic model of an express server. So this is what our express server will actually be like. So here it is. I just wrote this node index.js, and when you go back again to the browser, you'll be, when you just do is localhost 3000. when you put it, nice, it's happening. Okay, let us start this again. Node index.js, it's actually running, but I don't know why I'm not able to see it. 1 second, I don't know like what's wrong with this, but okay, so now it's running. You can see the basic not a basic, initial route for the localhost 3000 server which we're having is hello world. So that means that we have express server which is running really good. Okay, so right now what we'll be doing is we'll be adding some more good amount of functionality to it. So how will we do it? Let us see. Okay, so right now we have a basic model of our express server, and we'll be adding something which is we'll be connecting our Mongoose server to it. Okay, so to connect to the Mongoose, you have to just sign up to the Mongoose database. Okay, so this is the browser, and you can see like we have initial thing, which is npm install mongoose, and you can do this same thing in the terminal. Just close this and just do what is npm install mongoose save dash dash save. Yeah. So you can do what is import express from express, and like import mongoose from mongoose to do that thing. Yeah, you can do that. So in the browser, we'll be going to mongoose database. It's kind of really slow. Yeah, just need to log in with Google, and I have my account already set up. So you need to, if you are creating a new account, it's really simple. You just need to like fill up the form, and you'll be getting a mail, and from there you can access it. So initially, when you just go to the MongoDB Atlas cloud, you can go here, and you can do his new project if you're already having a account with them. You can give your project name. So right now I'm just giving it MERN. Then you can click on next. I don't want to invite anyone, and you can just click on create project, and so the project will be created. So it will be taking like long process where it will be initializing the clusters and everything. So we won't be wasting time in that. Instead, we'll be going to VS Code again, and then we can do what is we can create our client side. So to create a client side, like I can just do like this. Come back from the folder where you were. So you need to do cd dot dot. All right. So to create React app, type is create React app, and the name of your app I'll be keeping this as one. Sounds good. So I'll be having a Redux template. We'll be using Redux Thunk template Redux. So it'll be creating a basic model of create React app. Okay. Let us see, is our cluster initialized? You can see like it's asking to build a database. So you can click on build a database, and then you need to select the free one, click on create. So it will be creating a cluster for you. It's a free cluster. Select it. Right now I'm just selecting like Virginia. It's like no point if you select anything, whatever you want. So it will be taking like 1 to 2 minutes to deploy the changes. Okay, so our cluster is deployed. Yes. So as you can see, like we have like our cluster which has been created. You can click on connect, and then you need to add a current IP address. This is optional. This is for connecting your database, and I'm keeping it really simple. So I'll be keeping admin and admin. Create a user database. So this is created, and you need to choose a connection method. So we'll be clicking over here, connect to your application. This is the code which we get. I'll be typing, keeping this in Notepad. Yeah. So everything is set up. Okay. No worries. We'll be connecting a DB then. Install like a mongoose and crocs also. So over here we'll be having a mongoose and crocs. To install crocs, you need to just type npm install crocs. That thing will get installed. Then you need to like, you can just also have an import statement. Express from express. Let us check, like, do we get any errors? And yes, we getting because we have not like type, you have to write it as module. Yeah, so right now I guess we won't be getting any errors, hope so. Index.js. Yeah, it's running. You can just go to the localhost 3000 and check it out. So it's running. Okay, so right now we'll be installed like having a basic structure. So you need to also do what is install .env. So .env will be containing like the some important, like some secret information which we actually needed. So to install the .env, you have to just do what is npm install .env. Okay, let's see, I've done it. After you do that, you just need to create a file in the server which is .env. Okay, and in this file we'll be storing like db URI, the URI which we got it from like the MongoDB. So that will be stored, and along with that we'll be storing like the connection, just nothing but the like you can just type it as db URI. Okay, this will be this string which we got it, so we pasted in the notepad, and we will be pushing it here. So there are like many features, like other features which you can include in .env file. That is the reason, like it's like you can say it as like it's a better kind of approach where you store like this crucial information which is db URI and like secret key. I'll be telling you like what is secret key, and yeah, and the db name also you can store it, but I guess we don't need it because we already have the db name as, where is it, like it's like first database, and if you want to change it you can just change it here as mon. So this will be the db name, and this is the connection URI which we got it. Okay, so now moving ahead, we'll be having the initial structure of our file. So you need to do what is import .env. Okay, so we have the connection string over here. So to configure, to make sure like that env file, whatever it is if it is available in this index.js file, we do is .env.config. So basically this is a function which will be importing and making it access over here. Once the connection URL, whatever, so connection URL will be having this as db URI. So whatever name you have given it, I've given like db URI, so I'll be calling in that name, and then we'll be like adding the port where it must show up. So this is the port. In the port also you can go get it from the process.env if you want to. So we didn't give it, but even though it's like better practice to write it like this, so that's the reason we do it. So env.port. Yeah, so you can just keep it that, else it will be going to localhost 5000. So this is the OR operator which we used, this or that. Yeah, so as we have imported like mongoose, so you need to do what is mongoose.connect, and then the connection URL, and for connection URL you will be giving like use new URL quote. Okay, so now it's done. So we have like done is also true. Then do what is, then you just listen on the port, app.listen. So whatever port it is, you need to listen on that port. We can have port and a function, another arrow function. This arrow function will be logging wherever the port is. You can do is console.log server running on port. So whatever the port name is. So basically this is a template string which we are using to display the port. Okay, and then if we get any error, so we have to catch it and log it. ERR, done. So we have successfully done what is, I've set up the connection URL string. Yeah, and now to run it will be, you need to do is node index.js, so that we can just run this. So when you just save it and then you type node index.js, so it's like throwing an error that connection URL, which is db-URI, is not available. So that's what it's saying. Install the I'm already having a node mon, so you can install node mon by doing npm install node mon. I won't do that because I'm already having it. So in the package.json file, so we'll be having a start script which will be telling that start like node mon start index, not just index.js. So whenever we save it, we need not like again run it using in node index.js. Instead we can just tell what is, whenever we do npm start, it will be running this particular file. So right now it says that db-URI is not in. Okay, so actually we did not destructure the db-URI from the URL which we're getting. That is the reason it's happening. Let me go to the index.js file, and so from the process.env, so like this is a simple destructuring method which you can use, like destructure from the process.env. Okay, so right now I guess we won't be getting any error. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it tells that there is another error which is of string, and there is that like error number is undefined and the query.onResolve incomplete. So there is something wrong with this thing. Let me check it, like what's wrong with you? I guess this is happening because db at less. Yeah, that can be issue. Because it's take like time to like, okay, there's my internet was not working. It's VS Code. So now when you go to the VS Code, you can see like, go to the terminal, and when you just click on ctl plus s, so you can see starting index.js, and your server is running successfully. Yeah, so it's running on the port 5000, and if you really need to check it out, so you can do it. So we have successfully established our server, and it's running successfully.